Hi, welcome back. Well, today it's part one of a short series covering some special Porsche paint colours. Here are the two comments that inspired this mini-series, so thanks to both, although please note desaturated gold will be later in the series and not today. In a minute we'll find out a bit more about these colours on the Porsche website, but for now here is number one. This stunning blue is Riviera Blue, and I've got the hex from gtacolours.com, which is an excellent resource. However, they do suggest a pearl for this, but you don't want a pearl because this is a non-metallic paint. Take away the pearl, their hex is perfect. Looks really good. If you think the photo on the GTA car doesn't quite match the photo on the real car, don't panic. There is a reason for this. It's very important to know. We'll talk about it once we've had a look at the Porsche website. Let's imagine you're in the position where you can actually buy a brand new Porsche off their website. So you go on, you select your car. I've selected here a GT3, although the bulk of our sample cars today are GT3 RSs. And we look through the colours, we think they look quite nice, but then we notice paint to sample with a spectrum here on the bottom right. We're like, paint to sample, what does this mean? Well, upon clicking it, you find out these are the special exclusive colours, and here are things like Signal Green, Viper Green, colours that you've heard of that you couldn't find in the standard set of colours. You can subdivide into, say, violets like I did there, or yellows here to help you narrow down, or you can just look at them all. You can also split between metallic and solid on the top. So these are the colours we're going to make in this series, probably around 20, but we'll see how it goes. And if there's any specific one you want, please request it down below. The series may go on a bit longer. When I make one of these colours, I call up a lot of images of the car and try and work out what the average colour is, because with the variations in colour temperature in the sky for real, colour temperature settings in the camera, and the way the photo has been edited, they all look a bit different. So I'm trying to find the best average colour. Even when that's made, of course, it may look different outside in GTA, again depending on where the sun is in the sky. That will always account for a small variability between photograph and the real car, but I'm aiming to get as close as is possible. So number two is the rather popular Signal Green. Signal Green's a bit lighter than Viper Green, which will be in another episode, and this is a colour I made myself. I wasn't quite happy with the gtacolours.com version of this colour. I think it's come out really well. Of course, again, non-metallic, so no pearl on the car. And this is one of those ones I really fancy putting back on my build when I finish. I think it looks really, really nice. Well, from one of my favourite colours to another one, and you may have seen this one before. This is my Turbo S Cabrio based on the S2. I know I did a specific build on this in Viola Purple Metallic. Now this colour is straight from gtacolours.com. It works really well. Also a good example of what the sun can do. You can see here a low sun. It's giving the car quite a orangey look to its purple versus the actual real colour which you saw on the photo and indeed could see in the video, which I'll try to remember to link below. Moving now to a colour that I wouldn't be choosing if it was my own one, I don't think, but I know these light greys are extremely fashionable, and perhaps that's why they've called it Fashion Grey. I think this came out rather well. I've included a photo down on the bottom left as well of inside the workshop, so you can see the difference here the sun has made to the colour of the car. Also, when I write the titles of the colours down, I use the hexes to make the title colour, so again that gives you a bit more of an indication of just the pure colour when you're looking at what we're doing. Anyway, a rather effective light colour. I do also intend to make ivory sometime late in this series, which I think is a lighter colour I prefer slightly more. Now, if you want a lighter colour to work well with the graphics in the game for contrast, I don't think you can do much better than Gulf Blue. I think this is a fantastic colour, and in fact there are other cars in the world that use this very light blue, so this is a great one to have in your arsenal. I initially took this from gtacolours.com and it looked a bit dark, so I reduced it by 10%, and that's the colour I'm giving you here. I think it looks a bit light in this sun, but anyway, if you disagree, there's a slightly darker version of this on gtacolours.com, so I suggest one or the other works really well for your Golf Blue. Now, if you're more into the dark colours, you're going to really like this next one, which is Oak Green Metallic. Whilst I said I wouldn't change the build for any of these colours, I just couldn't resist the gold wheels, at least on this one. I think this is a lovely looking colour, really pleased with it, and it's the easiest one to achieve in this game, because I'm very sorry to GTAcolours.com, but theirs was too dark. I didn't like theirs at all, it just doesn't seem very close. But just using the olive green metallic and pearl available in the game seems to be pretty much spot on Oak Green Metallic, so there you are, a very easy IRL PTS colour for you. The last colour for part 1 is Nogaro Blue Metallic. It's a really deep blue, and I thought to myself, you know, I think the standard blue in the game will do this, but when you put the standard blue from the game on, it's just not deep enough. Now, this particular hex and pearl comes straight from GTAcolours.com. I think it's bang on. I don't think you can improve it at all. So if you want the deepest of blue 911s, then this is the colour for you. I'll scroll on the screen a list of the colours that I've either done or I'm working on for parts 2 and 3 of this. But if there's colours on top of that that you would like, please do let me know down below, and I'll do my very best to accommodate you with those. I generally put crew colour info, of course, in with so many specific builds, but do you like this as a concept, to actually just take a few real world colours and put them into a colour based video that's not about the build at all? Let me know down below, hit miss or maybe. Of course, if you liked it, hit the thumb. If you didn't, hit the thumb down. Or I'd like a comment to tell me why you hit the thumbs down, would be very useful. Right, well, time for you to get back to your virtual garages now, and thank you so much for watching.